Guess what? I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. We made it through the snowstorm. And boy, I tell you, Mrs. O, I made it through the snowstorm, the lights out. Thank God my water never went out. But look, I hurt my eye, you guys. It was even worse than this. But I'm okay. And I'm back for another video. In honor of Black History Week, I'm going to be making, for the first time, okra stew, Nigerian okra stew. You guys, this is going to be my first time, but we're going to get it done. We're going to get it done. I went and bought some ingredients that they use for the okra stew, Nigerian okra stew, and I have to admit, some of it looks a little funny. Oh, some of it I'm not really used to, but I'm gonna put it together and we're gonna get it done. And this will be a two-part video because we're gonna do the okra stew tonight. Then we are going to do our fufu tomorrow. So this is their yam. So we will be making our own fufu. Then we'll plate it up. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this video. Thanks to all of my new subscribers. Thanks to my Ride or Die subscribers. And thank you all for checking on Mrs. O. Let's get this train started. Let's get it on the tracks. I got lights. Okay, Raw family, here are the ingredients. I think this is 1.5 pounds. It was a roast I got from the market, and I just cut it up into cubes, maybe 1/2 inch cubes. Here I have the okra, but we're going to skip one step that they do that makes it really slimy. I can't do that real slimy. I can take a little, but we're going to skip one step that they do. Here I have fresh spinach. Here I'm going to use some tomato paste. This is my choice in doing this. Also, I have Better Than Bouillon vegetable base. We're not going to use a lot of this because we want the African flavors to come out. And I have to show you guys this, which it really, no kidding, kind of scared me. This is crayfish. And this is a seasoning that I got from the African store. And all it is dehydrated. They really call it crawfish. And you can tell it kind of looks like it. I mean, the smell of it is, just amazing. And I heard that it's really supposed to enhance the flavor of the okra soup. So I'm going to use this, but I got this from an African store. Also, let me show you another one that kind of took me by surprise. Okay, these are locust beans. Yes, I did ask the stupid question in the store. Are these real locusts? And he was like, ma'am, they're beans. I know. But this also will give your stew an umami flavor, and it will also enhance your stews and soups. So I also got this at the African store. And also, for the African dish, you need palm oil. I also got this at the African store. And I'm going to show you how we're going to use this. I stuck a toothpick in and tried to taste it, but it really has no flavor until you add all the other ingredients. Now, it will give it a beautiful, you see that redness? That's palm oil. Okay, and here, these are the vegetables we're going to use. But what makes this so great, we're not going to chop it by hand. We're going to put it in a food processor and just grind it up kind of fine Don't make it into a puree, but kind of fine. So here I have some fresh tomatoes. Of course, I'm going to cut them and put them in the food processor. Also, I'm going to do that with the red onions. This is a large red bell pepper. And over here on the side, I'm going to get bold. I have I guess this is this a Scotch bonnet? I think it's a Scotch bonnet, I don't forgot. And a little piece of ginger. All of this will be put in the food processor, so you don't have to worry about all that chopping. All right, what we're going to do is get our beef on. Let's put 2 cups of water. The ground up onions and a teaspoon of the better than bouillon, and we're going to cook that until the beef is tender. I'm going to say about an hour. And also, my last video I did, you guys, I am so sorry. I said I'm doing something for Thanksgiving, and it was actually supposed to be for Valentine's. But all right, enough of that. Let's get this okra African stew on, and let's get this baby to going. Okay, Royal family, I have the cubed beef. I have the chopped onions, and if you can see down there, I have a teaspoon of the better than bouillon. So we're just going to stir this and brown the meat. Then we're going to add 2 cups of water and put it on medium low. And it's probably going to cook around an hour and a half or 2, but I'll definitely let you know. Royal family, this is the juice from the meat. I have not added any water. So I want this juice that's just strictly from the meat to boil down completely before we add the water, because what that does, it intensifies the flavor if we boil the juice down. So I will come back and show you once the juice is out of this, and this is strictly from the meat, then we will add the water. Okay, you see all of the liquid is gone. I hope you can see that. And that's what we want. Now we're going to add the water. It's going to intensify this flavor, and we're just going to add the water. Just above the meat. Then we're going to put it on low and simmer it for about hour and a half until the meat is tender. Okay, let's put the top on this. Okay, here is the bell peppers, the ginger, and the yellow hot pepper. I keep forgetting the name of it. And we're going to put it in the food processor. And I said chop. It would be closer to a puree, but not a fine puree. I've already done the tomatoes. Let me show you. You see, it has still some chunks, but it's still in a puree format. So we're going to blend these up, put them in here. And what we're going to do, we're going to cook these in the palm oil. And it's going to give such a nice aroma and flavor. Now I added the crayfish that I put in a coffee grinder to get it to powder. You see that color? Now we don't want this to go longer than 30 seconds. But look at the color it's turning. Okay, after this, we're going to put our tomato and bell pepper mixture in here. Okay, let's go ahead and put that in. And we're going to do this probably for about 2 minutes. and get it well combined. Okay, I'll come back. Okay, I added the palm oil mixture to the beef broth that we did with the beef and the 2.5 cups of water. Now we're going to add the beef back to this. I also removed the beef and just left the broth. So we're going to add the beef back. Hope it don't splatter. And if you want to do any seasoning adjusting, now would be the time. I started to do shrimp, but I felt like if I had to reheat this, the shrimp would be tough, because there is a part 2, you guys. We're going to do our fufu tomorrow. Okay, so I got that in. Now we are going to add the spinach. And what they do with their okra, they take half out, put it in a food processor, mix it, put it on the stove, and add some baking soda, and just keep stirring it until it gets that slimy. As I stated again, you guys, I can't do the real slimy. So what I'm just going to do is just add the okra in and let it cook a little more than normal, I'm sorry. And that will get you a little slime, but not real slimy. Okay, let's add the okra. Now, if you need any salt or pepper, go ahead and add it now. But remember, keep the African flavors. And this will simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes. It will cook, not simmer. And when I come back, I will show you the finished presentation of the okra stew, Nigerian okra stew. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, Royal family, here is the finished product of the Nigerian okra stew. As you can see, it's not real slimy. We have a little slime, but not a lot. But remember, this is part 1. There is a part 2 tomorrow where we will do our fufu and plate it up. Very flavorful. And yes, the strange things that I put in it, worked. Very delicious. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. And we'll get that fufu and get it plated.